Hey, welcome to our beginning of the year webinar. Ready or not, the new year is here and you're staring right at it. And it's a time not of just having new opportunities. It's a time to begin anew. And I'm really excited that you have made the choice to join us today. You know, when Denise and I first started talking about doing this, I mentioned to her, I'd like to have 100 people that would begin the new year with us. So we got our 100, we got our 200, and we're right at 300 people that have registered for our webinar today. And I really, really, really appreciate the commitment you have to your life and your commitment to improving. And the information I'm going to share with you today really is about learning how to have the greatest year of your life. I was with one of my mentoring students this morning. We were doing a Zoom call, and we were talking about last year and this year. And I asked, and we'll call him Mr. B. I asked Mr. B, what about 2019? He says, I'm really looking forward to this new year. And you have no idea how many times I've had people tell me, man, I'm looking forward to next year, which tells me that the year they are in has not been exactly what they wanted it to be. So I asked Mr. B, what was your greatest disappointment in last year? He leaned back in his chair and thought for a moment, and then he said that I didn't accomplish more. And I think that could be true about a lot of us, that last year might have been a good year, but did you accomplish what you could have accomplished? For most of us, the answer would probably be no. And I asked Mr. B, what was your greatest success last year? He said, well, my greatest success was probably accepting the fact that I will do more next year. So the reality is you don't have last year anymore. You have your thoughts, you have your feelings, but you really don't have last year. It's in a file cabinet. And everything that last year was will either become what strengthens you in this year or holds you as a hostage to last year. And that's why what we want to talk about today becomes so critically important. Because what we want to talk about is you having the greatest year of your life. You know, I've been sending you and doing some little videos on what a year of your life really is all about. It's about growth, where you're achieving the more in your life. It's about maintenance. And maintenance becomes those times whenever you become tired and you just don't have the energy to do what you need to do. And you need to pause. You need to recharge. You need to regroup. It's about retreat. And retreat is where you walk away. And that can be because of your fear. It can be because of your doubt, your worry, your uncertainty. But for some reason, you look and you get paralyzed. And rather than deal with it, you turn and in your own way, you walk away. And a year of your life is also about self-destruction. It's where you knowing what you're doing, you work against yourself. Now, last year was probably a combination of all of those. There was growth, there was maintenance, there were probably times of retreat, and yeah, you even probably went through some times of self-destruction. But the reality is, a year is what you choose for it to do. You know, when you look at your life, every day you make choices. And then those choices create a pathway. Now, not all those paths that you choose are going to take you in the right direction. You know that. And if you choose the wrong path, you go in the wrong direction. So what we want to do is make sure that to have the greatest year of our life, we're laying the foundation where what we can do is make the choices that continue to take us forward. So here's our thought. Success does not just happen. Now, you know the truth in that. Success is not something that's just going to happen in your life. It takes a sketch. It takes a plan and a commitment to, first of all, yourself, to what you must do to achieve what you have said you've wanted for your life and business. Now, you understand that last part, what you must do to achieve what you have said you want for your life and your business. You call that goals. Because when you write a goal, what are you talking about? You're talking about, in some ways, a commitment that you've made to yourself. That this is what you want to achieve during this time of new beginnings. But then that's when that first line comes in. It's not just going to happen. You're going to have to lay a foundation. You're going to have to go through those times of war with yourself, where your fear, your doubt, your worries, your uncertainty just come charging at you. And you're going to have to be strong enough, and you're going to have a solid foundation that allows you to repel these attacks. Because if you can't repel the attacks, they're going to take over. And what happens when they take over? You start looking backwards rather than forward. So this guiding thought becomes so critically important. Success does not just happen. It takes a sketch. What's that? That's your mental framework. That's your mind creating a canvas that you can paint with your behavior. It takes a plan. That's an agenda. Here's what I want, and here's how I'm going to do it. And it takes a commitment first to yourself. So many times I watch people, and what they do is they make a commitment to everybody else, but they really haven't sat down and made the commitment to their self. So what happens? They set their self up for disappointment. They set their self up to go to war with their self. So before you commit what you're going to do to anybody else, you've got to have that in-your-face conversation with you, where you commit yourself to what you want to do, so that you can achieve what you have said you wanted to achieve in your life and in your business. So you know that I'm a stickler for terms. So let me put our critical words in front of you and give you my definitions. Success: putting one foot in front of the other on a consistent basis. Now, you understand that definition of success is about you. It's not about the events or the situations in your life, because whatever your life is this year, it's going to be because of you. Your successes will be based upon your behavior. Your successes will be based upon you understanding you being honest with yourself, and you being prepared with the foundation to continue to put one foot in front of the other on a consistent basis. There's another word: goals. Man, what a big word, and especially when it comes to a new year, because everybody's about writing goals. So look at my definition: a series of written thoughts you say you're committed to achieving. Now, when you write something down and you say this is a goal, that's a thought. It's not an actuality. It's a thought. What takes that thought from just something written to actuality is your behavior. And this is a challenge I have with a lot of people. They just randomly write goals. And in reality, they're not something they're committed to because they haven't put any thought into them. It's not something that they're really committed to because they haven't worked through the process of what they're going to have to do to make this actuality. So the word goals in itself is a very limited term. A series of written thoughts, and that's all they are. They're words on a paper. You say, and you say it to yourself and you say it to other people, that you are committed to achieving. Look at our third word, roadblock. You're going to hit roadblocks this year. The terrain is going to change, and it's going to be many times without your permission. So we need to understand this word. Allowing situations or events, because life brings you all different kinds of situations. You've had them this past year. Life has brought you all kinds of different events. Some you welcomed, some you did not. Allowing situation or events to get in your way. Now we're talking about roadblocks. Allowing situations or events to get in your way and cause you to what? Lose your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself, which has a repercussion to it, which allows the fear and doubt that is being thrown at you to take control. I promise you something. When you lose that belief, that trust, and that faith in yourself, it's because fear has overshadowed the belief, the trust, and the faith. When you start doubting yourself, it's because the foundation of belief that you have in yourself is being attacked. And the sledgehammers are coming down on it, and they're trying to crack that foundation of belief. Mr. B and I were talking this morning, and I asked him, what's the difference between belief and trust? Because he had said trust needs to come before belief. No, belief has to come before trust. Because belief is the inner core. It's that foundation. And most of the time, that foundation is solid until it gets attacked. And when that core is in place, then what happens? You begin to trust, and your attitude becomes, I will. And when those two join forces, then you've got the faith in yourself. And that faith in yourself just strengthens that core of belief and trust. But you're going to come up against roadblocks. Allowing situation or events, and you know they're going to happen, to get in your way and cause you to lose the belief, trust, and faith in yourself, which allows the fear and doubt that's being thrown at you to take control. It's going to happen. You know it will because it's already happened in your life. And it's one of the most consistent things that we deal with in life, is because most of us live on a roller coaster. We're up and we're down. And what creates the up and the down is how strong is your belief? How strong is your trust? How strong is your faith in yourself? Fear. This is your number one emotional enemy in your life. An emotion that is both positive and negative. When the negative side takes control, you are paralyzed. And you know this. You've been there. Your fear, negative fear, has been so great, and doubt over worry overwhelms you. Worry just takes over, and you're paralyzed. When the negative side takes control, you are paralyzed. When the positive side is in control, you slow down. You face the fear. You find the connection and move forward. You see, I think any major decision that you make with your life is going to have some fear to it. But what you do with that fear goes back to how strong is my belief, my trust, my faith in myself. And when that belief, trust, and faith in yourself is strong, the fear becomes a positive part of your life because it slows you down and you breathe. And in breathing, you create the clarity that is necessary. Resistance. Simple. Losing the belief, the trust, and the faith in yourself. You've been there, haven't you? I mean, you've struggled with this. You've you've paralyzed yourself. You've made your life something negative that it didn't have to be. Simply because when the terrain changed, and anytime the terrain of your life changes, hear me, it's going to challenge your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself. So this is why laying that foundation in your life is so important. Because with the right foundation, your belief, your trust, and your faith is strengthened. And no matter what the winds of life throw at you, you can handle it. But when the belief, the trust, and the faith in yourself is not strong, resistance will set in. About a year of your life. 365 days you have to either work against yourself or work to take your life forward with purpose, agenda, and commitment. That's your choice. And folks, those are the only two choices you have in a year. Yeah, there are a lot of different things. There can be a lot of different things thrown at you. But in all reality, in this year, you will either work against yourself or you will work to take your life forward. And if you can come up with any other option, please email me, richard@richardflint.com. Please email me and let me know. But in my working with human behavior, these are the only two things that I have seen. So here's our greatness thought. You must never forget, you are either a hostage to yesterday or a pioneer for your future. And when you look over your shoulder and live that way, you're a hostage. You are a hostage. But when you have that belief, that trust, and that faith in yourself, you're a pioneer. Because you don't live with I can, I should, I would. You live with I will. And the two words, I will, are foundational builders in your life. But I will becomes a commitment. So, why do so many choose to stay in yesterday? I think this is critically important, and maybe this could be a checklist for you as to why you keep looking over your shoulder. Why you can't close that door to yesterday. Why do you keep going back there and building a little house and staying there? Here's what I found. Sameness is the plan for their life. As much as they talk about wanting to go forward, as much as they talk about wanting more for their life, when you study their behavior, because you know my three little words, behavior never lies, behavior is the actual definition of what you want for your life. You can have all the words that you want and say all the great things that you're going to do, but the real definition is the behavior. And when I work with a lot of people, sometimes they don't even realize they're doing it. But they're talking about today and tomorrow, but they're repeating yesterday. Why do so many choose to stay in yesterday? Too many negative thoughts not dealt with. You understand, if you don't confront negative, you validate it. Do you understand that your behavior becomes what you're thinking about? And if my life is built with negative thoughts and I'm not dealing with them, that becomes my attitude. That becomes my behavior. That becomes my dictionary to choose the path that I'm going to do with my life. Why do so many choose to stay in yesterday? A lack of belief, trust, and faith in themselves. This is so critically important. And I can't tell you in the words I'd like to use how important that belief in yourself, that trust in yourself, and that faith in yourself is to keeping your life moving forward. Why do so many stay? Yesterday is their place of blame and justification. Had a conversation with another one of my students yesterday, and we were talking about a situation in their life where there's a person in their life and they're always attacking them, and they're always just bombarding them with negative. And every attack is about blaming them for what they don't want to face. So when yesterday is your place of blame and justification, you keep running back there anytime you don't want to face what's actually happening in your life. Now, any of these four true about you? Do any of these four create struggles that you're dealing with in your life? Our greatness thought. And many of you have heard me say this. Yesterday is a reference library, not a room to live in. As long as you live in yesterday, that's all you have. Oh, you show up in today, but today is not today. It's just a continuation of yesterday. You talk about tomorrow, but you're not prepared for tomorrow. The only thing you're prepared for is to go back and sit in your rocking chair and stay in yesterday. So what should yesterday be? Preparation for today. Now, understand this thought. You are always preparing. Everything about your life is about preparing. But the question is simple. What are you preparing for? What is it that you're preparing for in your life? Are you preparing for sameness or new adventure through growth? What are you preparing for? What does your behavior say you're preparing for? Understanding you can build on for today. You see, you got to have these understandings. Every positive part of yesterday gives you a foundation to strengthen your belief in yourself. I like this. You know, some people get up every morning and they walk out in the world and all they're looking for is everything that's wrong with their life, everything that's wrong with today, everything that's not right. Where other people get up and they walk out and they look for the positives. And if I'm taking the positives from yesterday, it's helping me to find the positives in today. Yesterday should be a recharging station. When you use the lessons of yesterday, it creates a recharging station to handle the uncertainties of today. And we got to be recharging, don't we? Because if I'm not recharging, then every day that I live, I'm draining myself of the energy I need to strengthen that foundation that I'm building on. What should yesterday be? Personal power builder. Yesterday is strength. When you're taking from it all the positives, it's brought to your life. Folks, the more positives you bring forward to today, the greater your personal strength and power. Man, you want to strengthen that belief, that trust, that faith in you. You want to have that personal self-motivation. Then find the lessons. Find the strength of experience and use that to build on in your today. What should yesterday be? Opportunities remembered. When you remember the opportunities for growth yesterday gave you, you will continue to seek the opportunities in today. And by the way, let me tell you this here and I'll tell it to you later. Mark your calendars for Thursday, February 7th, because we're going to be doing another one of these live webinars. And the subject I'm going to talk about is expanding your possibilities. Because I think that in many possibilities, there's an opportunity. Not in every possibility, but in many possibilities, there is an opportunity. So we're going to talk about how do we find the opportunities that are brought to our life. Because when you remember the opportunities for growth yesterday gave you, you will continue to seek the opportunities in today. Yesterday should be source of lessons. Every situation you have in life presents you with lessons. Those lessons are either viewed from a negative or a positive mindset. Do you know that people can take a positive lesson and look at it negatively and never see the positive in it? You've known those people. They have a good life, but they can't see it because all they're living with are what they think all the wrongs of life. Life isn't fair. It isn't just. They don't deserve this. Well, let me tell you something. Your life is designed around what you believe and around your behavior. Yesterday should be encouragement for a better today. Yesterday can be a motivator for today. When you see the improvements yesterday brought to your life, it strengthens your beliefs, your trust, and your faith in yourself. Let me tell you something. This is a very positive look at what yesterday should be. Preparation for today. Understandings you can build on for today. Recharging station, personal power builder, opportunities remembered, source of lessons, encouragement for a better today. So I'm going to suggest to you, because I put it out there, you got to have the right foundation. And from my perspective, now you don't have to agree with me, you have the right to be wrong, but from my perspective in working with human behavior, there are 3 very critical D's that you have to build the foundation for your greatest year of your life upon. 3 D's. And they're critically important. Now, go back to a thought. Writing goals are part of creating a mindset for success. But if they are not supported by a foundation built on the right behaviors, they are simply words on a page without a direction for your life to connect to. See, if you write goals, but you don't know how to use them to take you forward, they don't mean anything. But for what you write to have power, they've got to be supported by a foundation. And I want to suggest to you that that foundation is strengthened by 3 Ds. Number 1, desire. You think this is important? What is desire? An inner hunger to move beyond where your life has been. You got to want to go for it. But I meet so many people who deal with, I've lost my passion. Well, you know what they've lost? Their desire. They've lost that inner fire. They've lost that part of their life that kept putting in front of them a hunger that says there's still more for us to find. And by the way, if you'd like to go deeper into this, there is a little MP3 that I've done entitled, Don't Quit. And that little MP3 goes deep into the concept of the difference between burnout and flame out. You can't burn out until you flame out. And one of the aspects that really creates the flame out in your life, where you begin to weaken and you start to lose that belief. So I start questioning. You start to not trust yourself. So I start asking the wrong questions. I lose my commitment. So now I am doubting. Now I'm looking down a negative road. But as long as you have that hunger to find the more in your life, you will constantly be moving beyond where your life has been. So, what does desire demand? This is the critical part. Digging deep inside yourself to find your true passion. You know, I ask people all the time, if you could do anything that you wanted to do with your life, would it be what you're doing right now? Isn't that an interesting question? Because if there's something you'd rather be doing, first of all, are you preparing to get there? Are you just hanging out in your life right now because you're not willing to pay the price to get to where you say you want to go? A lot of people walk into life, into areas of life because they're curious. But curiosity is not commitment. And curiosity can't feed desire. But once you come to the point of commitment, then desire becomes that part of your life that continues to feed your passion. Enthusiasm that is stronger than excitement. You know, I believe that excitement in and of itself can be negative because it's built on a possibility. And a possibility, if it doesn't happen and I've put all my energy into that, can become a major disappointment that becomes a negative. But enthusiasm is where I've found the opportunity. And in finding that opportunity, I have opened my mind to be creative. I have expanded my peripheral vision, so I'm seeing all things around me. Desire also demands managing the pace so you don't get ahead of yourself. One of the most challenging things, and you can ask any of the mentoring students that I have, one of the most challenging things that I have to work with people on is understanding the power of pace. Hey, you can move too slow, or you can move too fast. Either one will put you in a wall. But you've got to find the right pace for your life. And that right pace is based upon that desire. It's about being honest with where you are. It's about being honest with what you know you need to do. It's about having that commitment to your life and going back and remembering the purpose of why I'm doing this. And here is my agenda, and I am committed to making this happen. So pace is always walking with clear calmness. Desire also demands attention to details. This is something that a lot of you don't like. I don't like dealing with details. I just want to keep going. Well, if you don't pay attention to the details, they can become a time in your life where you just run into walls. You understand that dealing with the details is what keeps the pathway of clarity open. When the details aren't done, there's obstruction. And obstruction can close the road to tomorrow and to success down. Desire demands, not giving in because things get tough. What's the old saying? No one said that life was going to be easy. No, life is always filled with challenges. But you know what a challenge is? It's a test. It's a test to your belief, your trust, and your faith in you. And running into the walls and having tough times just says, how committed are you? Is this something you talk about wanting, or is it something you really want? Here's the test. Now, what are you going to do? Desire demands doing things in a timely fashion. You think I might be talking about procrastination here? Do you understand that when my desire diminishes, I strengthen my procrastination? You understand that? Do you understand that when your desire weakens, procrastination becomes a bigger part of your life? So anytime you find yourself procrastinating, you need to go back and check your desire. Is this still something I want, really want for my life? Interesting question. Desire demands staying true to the course. Now, I'm not saying that you walk the course without paying attention, because the course will change. There will be adjustments that have to be made. But if I understand where I'm going, if I have that commitment to what I want to do with my life, if I'm really feeding my desire, then at the right pace, I will make the adjustments that need to be made to keep me on course. Because there's going to be crossroads. There are going to be forks in the road. And so many times, those are there to test whether this is really what you want or not. Sometimes those crossroads are there because of your fear, your doubt, your uncertainty. You ever been there? So the first part of our foundation is desire. What's our second D? Determination. Do you like that word? Do you feel strength in that word, determination? Look at my definition. The inner strength. Now, wait a minute. Doesn't say anything about the outer strength. Because if I'm living outside in, I'm living through other people. If I'm living inside out, I'm living through my belief, my trust, and my faith in myself. The inner strength to resist the moments of fear. You think they're going to come at you this year? Doubt. You think you're going to deal with any doubt this year? Worry. You think you're going to have any times of worry this year? Whoa, you think you're going to feel any uncertainty? But my determination can handle that fear. My determination can handle that doubt, that worry, that uncertainty. Because my determination is there because I believe this is right for me. I trust I can do this. And I have the faith that I will achieve. Oh, and by the way, when that belief, trust, and faith come together, do you know what the outer demonstration of that is? Confidence. When you lack confidence, it's because your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself is shaky. So this second D becomes very important. Determination. The inner strength to resist. Not run away from, not stare at. The inner strength to resist the moments of fear, doubt, worry, and uncertainty. So what does this determination demand? Desire that continues to strengthen your focus. Every day I got to feed my desire. I need to feed my desires positive events. I need to feed my desire successes, no matter how small they are. I need to feed my desire learning from my failure. I need to feed my desire those positive moments that strengthen my life. And as my desire is fed, my determination increases. Every day, not once a week, once a month, once a year, every day having a plan that moves you forward. You know me well enough that you know that I believe that what you put in your mind in the morning creates the day you're going to have. And for some of you who are part of my morning minute, you know why I created the morning minute. Because the morning minute is a part where every day I send you a little 60-second video email that comes to your email inbox that gives you one of my philosophies of life and a piece of wisdom that you can set your mind with as you go into the day. Because don't you ever forget, you either enter your day mentally strong or emotionally strong. One of those two is going to guide you. So every day, determination demands that you have a plan that moves you forward. It also demands managing your moments of fear through your belief in you. Folks, fear is going to happen. And when you lose any aspect of belief in yourself, it opens your door to fear. So I've got to be determined that fear is going to come, but I believe in myself so much that fear can come, but I can handle it. Determination demands attitude enforced with right behaviors. Okay? How important is your attitude? And you understand what attitude is. It's a visual demonstration of what is going on inside you. Okay? But if I'm living with belief, trust, and faith, then my attitude is the result of the strength of my belief, my trust, and my faith in myself. And the stronger that belief, that trust, and that faith in myself, the more determined I will be to keep the course heading forward. Determination also demands not surrounding yourself with the wrong people. Mr. B and I were talking this morning, and we were talking about what's part of your strength. And he came back with one of my thoughts and one of my philosophies of life. Never keep those who are not supporting you, who are part of your fan club in your life. You got to be willing to eliminate people. You have to. And anyone who does not support you is not your friend. But how many times do we hang on to negative people because we think we can help them? I learned this in counseling. And I learned this with working with people. You can't help anyone who's not willing to first help themselves. Now, sometimes you've got to remove people in their life until they have a wake-up call. And then if they come back and become part of your fan club, you open the door back to them. But if they stay as a negative influencer in your life, you keep the door shut, and I don't care who they are. Determination demands. Don't quit because of shifting terrain. You know how many times I've heard this? This is just too tough. I'm not prepared for this. And I've heard this from students. Man, you said this was going to be a tough journey, but I didn't realize it was going to be this tough. So what happens when the shifting sand becomes too quick, becomes too tough? Many people quit. They walk away. But what they don't understand, they're not walking away from the situation. They're just giving it more power in their life. Because you understand that every time you quit, and what is quitting? Walking away before you've learned the lesson. Every time you quit, a similar situation is going to come at you, only with stronger emotions. So my determination needs to be, I know this may not be an easy journey, but I have the desire. I've got the inner hunger, and I'm going to feed it. And I am determined that as things come at me, I will slow the pace. I will look at them. I will find the resolution and institute the path to take me forward. Determination demands staying true to your course. What is it that you really want for your life this year? Not what do you want, but what do you really want for your life this year? Why do you really want it? Why have you said this is something you want to achieve this year? Why do you really want it? What path, what price tag are you willing to pay to have it? And is this going to require that you're going to have to challenge and improve some behaviors in your life? Our second foundational D is determination. Now, these two cannot stand alone. They have to have the third D. And that third D is discipline. Man, what a powerful word. Because discipline is inner strength. It's behaviors that keep you putting one foot in front of the other. You remember what we define success as? Putting one foot in front of the other on a consistent basis. To do that, it takes discipline. It takes discipline to stand strong. It takes discipline to see beyond the moments of doubt. It takes discipline to handle the fears that life might throw at you. It takes discipline to control your moments of worry. So this is the connector between desire and determination. So what does it demand? Desire and determination that keeps getting stronger. You see, discipline is what says you can't run away. Discipline is what says you can't quit. Discipline is that inner part of you that strengthens belief, trust, and faith. And the more discipline I have, the more I feed my desire, the stronger my determination. And the stronger they get, the easier it is to resist the attacks. And your life will be attacked this year. I promise you that. Discipline demands expectations that are truly believed in. I mean, do you really believe in what you've said you wanted for this year? Or are they just thoughts? Is it something that you've said, I would like to? Or is it something that you're committed to? We were looking at what Mr. B wanted to achieve this year and asking, are these thoughts or commitment? And the difference between those two is thoughts say, I'll try, I can. Commitment and belief says, I will. Because in those two words, I will, that's food for the desire. It's strength for the determination. What does discipline demand? Making decisions that keep you focused on the path. Remember, every choice you make creates a pathway. Every choice you make builds into a decision of action. The choice is what you decide to do. The decision is you moving from choice to action. So you've got to make decisions that keep you focused on the path. This is what I will do with my life. I desire to have my life continue to move forward. I am determined because I have the belief, the trust, and the faith in myself that this is exactly what I need to be doing for my life. Discipline demands alignment, aligning yourself with people who support you. I'll just go back and say it again. Never keep anyone in your life who's not part of your fan club. Anyone who's not part of your fan club is your enemy. You need to hear that. Anyone who is not part of your fan club is your enemy. Oh, they may smile, but at the same time be stabbing you in the back. They may be saying that they support you, but once they get away from you, they're spreading negatives about you. You ever had that done to you? Discipline demands. Never allow yesterday to take over today. Can I just give you this? I wrote this down this morning. Because today is so important. And today should always be about time. How am I using my time? Am I wasting, abusing? Am I spending, or am I investing my time? Today should always be about opportunity. What's the opportunity that's in today? And am I looking for it? Or am I so busy being busy that I'm missing the possibilities that contain the opportunity? And this is why our next webinar on February the 7th, Expanding the Possibilities, is going to be so important. Today should be about decisions. Is this decision going to free me or make my life more difficult? Today should always be about attitude. Is my attitude one today that's preparing me to have a positive day or to fight with myself? And today should always be about yourself. It should be about strengthening your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself. Never allow yesterday to take over today. And with that foundation of discipline, you will stand in today strong because you're using yesterday to the purpose it is to be in your life as a lesson library that you can draw from. Discipline also demands don't procrastinate with what must be done. Do you know procrastination is the #1 dysfunctional behavior in your life? You know that. In fact, the little seminar I've written on this, breaking the procrastination habit, and if there would ever be a way for me to do a program for a group you're part of or a company that you belong to, I would be so honored to be able to do that. But don't procrastinate with what must be done. Procrastination is a thief. And procrastination is the result of your desire, your determination, and your discipline having disappeared. Discipline also demands staying on your stage for success. Everybody has a stage. You know what I know about my life? The stage that I have on my life right now, and doing the seminars that I do, and doing the mentoring that I do, and creating all the programs I create, and building my summer Star Maker Conference program. All of these are part of my stage. And your stage is where you have the freedom to be yourself. Your stage is what brings you happiness. Your stage is what gives you that sense of fulfillment. And I'll promise you something. If where you are does not create happiness, which is peace and joy, does not give you that sense of fulfillment, and doesn't grant you freedom, you're on the wrong stage. Everyone has a stage that's right for their life. Well, and by the way, are you on the right stage? Are you in your life where you should be right now? So we got desire, we got determination, and we have discipline. Two things before we bring this to a close. If you're not a part of my Morning Minute, I wish you would be. It really is a program. It's a very unique way to start your day. I'm going to send you a 60-second video email of one of my philosophies with a point of wisdom. And you can go to my website, richardflint.com, and check it out. Is there an investment? Yeah, it's $99.95 for the whole year, 27 cents a day. And is your today and your future worth 27 cents? Can't answer that question. And then one more thing. Every year I do a conference where I invite 200 people to come spend a weekend with me. It's called Star Maker. And this year will be our 29th Star Maker. I can't believe that. We've been doing Star Maker for 29 years. My theme this year is It's Time. And our conference is different because we do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We only go from 8:30 in the morning till noon, and then I turn everybody loose to go play. And that's why we create the venues, and we go to the venues that we go to. This year, Callaway Resort and Gardens in Pine Mountain, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta. And our dates are July 27, 26, 27, and 28. Friday, we're going to talk about It's Time to Let Go. How do I let go of what yesterday is holding me hostage to? And every year I invite 3 people that I've worked with to come and to take 20 minutes in the opening and share their journey. And Dr. Judy is going to spend some very powerful time helping you understand what she had to go through of letting go of yesterday. Saturday, we're going to talk about It's Time to Stand Still. Folks, every now and then, you just need to stop. Every now and then, you just need a moment of silence. Every now and then, you just need to put your life on hold and get back in touch with yourself. So many people that I work with, one of the challenges we have is that they're living their life for and through everybody else, and they've lost their self. So on Saturday, we're going to talk about It's Time to Stand Still and find the authentic you. And then on Sunday, it's time to accept the challenge. And I'm going to be so excited to share Joanne Alaveri with you. Joanne's from Australia. And she's going to be sharing what it is to accept the challenge in your life, even though people around you stand against you. But it's your stage. It's what you need. It's what you believe in. And I'm going to lay out the process to you of how to find, build, and accept the life that was meant for you while you're on this earth. People tell me that I don't charge enough for a Star Maker, but I always want to make sure everybody can attend it. The registration fee is $525 per person. Now, if you've been to Star Maker, it's $475. And a lot of people bring their kids because this is foundational material to help them grow. So we have a young adult rate from the ages of 13 to 17, $295. Man, this is such a powerful, powerful venue. Unlike any conference you'll ever attend. And again, go to my website, richardflint.com. Lots of information there about Star Maker. So here's our last thought. Your life will be your design. You know that. You can talk about all the things you want to achieve and the things you plan on doing. And you do that. Oh, but I always love conjunctions. But without a strong foundation of desire, determination, and discipline, you will spend each day struggling with yourself. Man, you do that. You crawl into a ring and you shadow box with yourself. Finding a point of blame for what didn't or isn't happening and missing the success that there is for your life. Having the greatest year of your life begins with you being honest about whom you are. Who are you? Do you know? Where you are? Do you know where you are? Are you lost in your own life? Do you walk in a fog every day? And what you are really committed to. You want to know what you're really committed to? Just look at your behavior. Look at it. You want to have the greatest year of your life? You want it to be a reality and not just a thought? Then you look at your desire. What am I feeding my desire on a daily basis? Am I feeding it positive or negative? Because whatever you're feeding it will be what your desire becomes. You want to have the greatest year of your life? How determined are you that, yes, I will? You want to have the greatest year in your life? How strong is your discipline? Do you get up every day and make an excuse for not doing what you know you need to be doing in order to build that foundation of desire and determination? Are you a person who's better at talking about what you're going to do or meaning what you say? Because you will create the life you're going to have. How strong is your belief in you? Where's your trust? Where's your faith? This is your life. It will be what you choose for it to be. Now, again, mark your calendars. February the 7th at 10 a.m., just like this year, this month. Expanding your possibilities. And once again, thank you for taking time to join me in our first yearly webinar. I love doing this stuff. I love being able to share with you. And by the way, would you do me a favor? Would you send me just a little email and send it to info@richardflint.com? Would you share with me any takeaways you've had from our time together? I would really appreciate it. Here's to you having the greatest year of your life because of your belief, your trust, your faith in yourself, that every day is being strengthened by your desire, your determination, and your discipline. See you next month.